So we're going to talk about that, but I want to put a button on what we think is going to happen with Trump, and I want to use the catalyst, one of you guys. Dusty, you have a call for us to kind of set the table?
I do have a call. Hi, everybody. Hello. Welcome to the show. It's great. We have Lisa from West New York.
I don't like that you take my host duties. Like that. You already got the hair. Lisa, how you doing? What do you have for us?
Good. Hello, everyone. Shout out to Stephen, a.k.a. Brick. All of you are making light of this indictment, and just, there are more coming down the pipe. Do all of you think the other indictments are as trivial and nonsensical as you believe this one is?
I don't believe any of them are trivial or nonsensical. I have to see what happens when this gets unsealed. There's no question that from what I know, this is an attempt in prosecution to do, metaphorically, stretching a single into a double.
That's right.
You have a misdemeanor
that's right.
that increases an enhancement by being connected to a federal felony. Now, the problem
that's
with the
what's
theory,
nonsensical about this. That's what's
it is a novel theory. It's unusual to be done at the state level. But what makes it really unusual is that the feds have passed on the federal piece.
Exactly.
So it doesn't have the same bite. But I don't think that if I'm Trump, I didn't want to architect this to get the attention.
Well,
let me say this. Let me say this. I don't agree. I don't believe that I'm entitled to my own facts, but I am entitled to my own perspective.
Yes.
I do believe this particular case in New York is nonsensical. At the end of the day, it's coming down to hush money paid to a porn star. Okay, I understand everything else that comes with it, but I do believe this one.
But that's a Subway takeaway.
I don't believe Georgia, the case in Georgia, is nonsensical or frivolous in any way. I don't believe January 6th is nonsensical or frivolous in any way. I do believe this is small potatoes compared to those other things. Those are serious. Those are things that we need to address. This right here, I'm not saying we don't need to address it. I just suspect it will amount to nothing compared to what I would have thought if they were going after him because of those 11,000 votes he wanted in this.
How heavy does he stay on this, Scotty?
I think what's best about this one for Donald Trump is this was the first one, because by the time you get to the other ones, who might have a little bit more meat and potatoes to them, maybe. You're fatigued. You don't care. And once again, we're talking about the same issues that Donald Trump has tried to shine the spotlight on for the last 6 years as being corrupt. So we're once again playing into his playbook, which is exactly what he wants. But whether there are things that are involved with it down the road, that's going to be once we find out what those cases actually are. But he can always say, yeah, I might have done this, but look what my opponent did on every single issue.
Sadly, the country hasn't acquitted itself well either. The legal system, the spy agencies, the media, for real, the Democrats, the Republicans, the people.
Well, one thing, I don't want the media, every once in a while I get hit with a stick, and I understand why they're swinging it at me. It kind of bothers me, which is nobody gave Trump the kind of attention that you guys did at CNN. Look, I tested the former president every time I had him on. That's why he stopped coming on. I've always had his supporters on because I don't believe in deplatforming. But the coverage today is silly sauce. I went on.
I thought it was OJ.
Helicopters.
I went on the way in
everything
today.
with the white Broncos.
Rose,
there.
my producer, yes, the same Rose, is now with me once again. And she told me, hey, there's a lot of stuff going on. So I went down to the court and I walked around. And I was talking and looking at the stuff. Everybody's got everything under control. It's a media circus because it works. And I just don't want to have them, just don't swing at me about how we gave Trump so much attention when the media was all in on this today, which I think is more controversial than controversy.
I want to give the media, like I said, I'm hard on them too, a little bit. They're doing their job. We have a president that's been indicted, a former president's been indicted. That is a big story.
The responsible
it's a
thing
superficial
to do.
job.
Again,
it
is.
You remember
but
the Mueller report.
The responsible thing, though, is how you cover it.
You were talking about the facts. Let those come
be
out.
Angry
And what's real in there.
That's the job. But the pageantry of it and the helicopter and what's going to happen and the what ifs. First of all, you know the answer to 85% of the questions. And the real responsible thing
to do. And so does the American people. Give them credit. The American people knows that this is all frivolous.
I'm with you, but when
nobody knows anything yet.
This is all theater.
They've got to unseal the document, but when you feed it to them as the oh boy, that is not the job.
But that's what the DA's making the media do. Because
I know, but the media doesn't have to
happen. The DA's setting up
But it's been happening for years, Scotty, and that's the problem. If you keep saying, oh boy, which they've been doing for years.
So then hold
and then all of a sudden
hold the politicians accountable too for running this circus.
Brad's got trouble. I want to take a quick break. Then I want to have a fresh reset for the fentanyl. But on the way out,
can I get that coffee?
I'll get your coffee if you show us what you're wearing on your feet.
Oh, right there. I hope,
normally
I
they
hope
give the
y'all
women
gonna
the
say,
That's
I mean,
the
y'all gonna
difference.
say that was for Stephen A. right there, or wherever you
That is
You get
the
to fill in the
difference.
star.
All
oh,
right.
I can do I can do my initials.
Thank God I didn't wear mine, because that would have been really awkward if we had both had the same red one.
Ironically, they're made in Mexico.
Hey, what isn't? Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.